Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Good evening. Welcome to McStabber Studios, Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
Gavin, I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
I'm Relyn Dare, Shanky's wife, and I am playing Jacqueline Durand of Clan Ventru.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Mandy, I'm playing Destiny, Clan Toreador.
I'm Plunder, and I'm playing Jonathan Berkeley, Clan Tremere.
I'm Lady Marowif, and I'm playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
And I would like to thank everyone for coming out for what is episode 1 of Windy City After Dark. It's the very first episode of what should be an interesting chronicle. And Chicago, if you ask someone to picture the city, they'll have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York, they think of skyscrapers, subways, muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, decay. But for those of us who know, there's only one thing you picture when someone mentions Chicago's: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Typical early fall night in Chicago. Each of you are doing your own thing. Except tonight, for you, is not typical. You've each been given a summons to report to a place you haven't been before, Sylvester Steakhouse. You're each told to come. No name was written on it, but you recognize the courier as someone who's used by members of the court. So I'm going to ask each of you. Now, you, of course, have never been to Sylvester's, but you know where it is. It's just south of one of the wrecks. Very just south of the wreck. It's on North Milwaukee. And of course, I got to look the other. I'm new to this city too. West North Avenue. Start with Lamar. Lamar, you've got this meeting coming up. What are your plans to go to it?
I will get my weapons because, as far as I know it's not a trap, but I'm always careful. I do not like surprises. I don't like big meetings much more than that. So I will bring my gun and my knife. I will also, I'll get in the car pretty much right after I wake up, as soon as it's safe to travel, and I'm on my way.
Okay. Jackie?
I inform my ghoul, Etienne, that we need to go out for the evening. And we get in my vehicle. It's a relatively new Mercedes. And we head out. He's driving.
He's driving. Now, we come to Roscoe.
Not being much of a fighter, I'm not going to have any weapons to take with me. But I will take a bloodstone with me just in case.
Okay.
And head on down.
Okay. Destiny?
I look at the summons slightly flabbergasted. And then I call an Uber.
Jonathan?
I will get my ghoul, Jacqueline, Celeste, to get my G-Wagon. And I'll make my way there. It'll be about 3.5, 4 miles.
It's not far.
No.
Of course, 3.5, 4 miles in Chicago. Depending on the time of night. Can take a while. And finally, we come to Eleanor.
I make sure I have my bag, and then I would like to premonition before I head out.
Okay. You will roll for your premonition. Let me double check, because I always like to make sure I'm saying the correct dice.
Good,
I'm pretty sure it's all specs and wits.
I think you're right, but...
Resolve all specs.
Resolve and aspects. All right.
And because of blood potency, of course, you add 1 bonus die. Never forget to add your bonus die for your blood potency.
All right. What did we say it was? Resolve, yes?
Yes, resolve and all specs.
Okay.
Now, for those that don't understand how I do premonitions, the success roll isn't necessarily always going to change the premonition, but the better success is the better chance I will give hints as to what it means.
That was just one special critical, but just one.
One success.
One success.
You try to invoke your sense of premonitions, but nothing comes. You don't know if it's because there's nothing major coming or if it's just you couldn't really get into the mindset. But there is nothing.
I'm mildly disappointed, but I'll head out, call an Uber, go over.
Now, as I recall, for your premonitions,
I do not have to rouse check.
yes, as
My
I
lore
recall,
sheet says.
that was based off of your lore sheet.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, I'm looking double check. Yep, and you do not have to make without making rouse checks. That's actually a very nice lore sheet. I'll be honest. So, all of you actually arrived kind of close to on each other, considering most of you got up, did barely anything, and headed over there. Slight differences in time. And as you pull up, you recognize this part of town. It's not the Rack, but it has a number of bars and restaurants and places that extend from the Rack just north of where you are, just a couple of streets over. It's not normally full of kindred, but as you know, the Rack is a mutable thing sometimes. And this place is actually a high-end steakhouse. And as you walk in, it's a busy night. There's a number of people there. And the guy waiting, the maitre d' at the front, As each of you comes in, he looks at you, motions to his left, to a side corridor. It almost looks like you would think to the bathrooms at first, but it says private rooms. And each of you are met by an individual you've never seen before who takes you down and into a private room. And when you enter this private room, he walks to a back part of it and pushes a panel open and takes you down a set of stairs. Now, all of you have been in Chicago a little while. You know exactly what this set of stairs means. It's an old speakeasy access. Down into, it's a little dusty, but it's generally well kept. It's powered. Series of booths. You can tell nobody's been using it for a while. But it's clean, it's powered, it's rather large. And you're each left alone there. Except for each other. And this individual leaves you sitting in a room while you wait for whoever summoned you here to it.
Anybody have any idea why we're here? I mean, I don't know most of you. I mean, I've seen a couple of you.
Oh, you're different.
Different how?
I never forget a face. And yours I saw in Paris in 1914.
Yes, you did. Quite a while ago.
You're different now.
Just a bit.
Interesting.
Glad some people here know each other.
I'm Jacqueline Durand.
I'm Roscoe Akers. Who are you?
I'm Lamar.
Oh, nice to meet you, Lamar. Nice to see you again, Jackie.
Indeed, Roscoe. Jonathan?
It's been a while.
It has. How are you?
As you know, I'm doing well. And yourself?
Oh, always well.
You still running clubs?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
I have to swing by yours sometime.
Eleanor, darling.
Oh, hi, Jackie. You know so many people. I'm always so impressed by how many people you know wherever you go.
It's one of my gifts. And who are you, dear?
I'm Destiny. Destiny Star Jones. Hi.
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 Hey, good evening, Miss Jones.
Good evening,
So
everyone.
I have no idea why we've been summoned.
I'm sure
No
we'll
idea.
soon find out.
She pulls out the summons, and it's intentionally vague.
We compare them.
Must admit, it feels like a trap.
I'll also pull mine out just to see if there's any differences other than the name.
No, they are all identical.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have been signed, but it's not even a wax seal or anything on it. But you recognize, you've seen the paper before. Normally, these summons, when you get hold of one, is for Elysium.
Mm-hmm.
This one is not. Now, of course, you didn't destroy them yet because there's nothing incriminating on it anyway, other than, I would be inclined for you to meet me at Sylvester Steakhouse, which you know how inclined actually means on these papers.
Like we had any choice.
I was hoping they were going to give us some steak.
6 strangers chosen to meet in a random place. There's a show about this somewhere. I forgot what it's called. No one a TV fan here? Okay.
I just don't know which one it is you mean. Can you give us more hints?
Something about when people stop doing something and start being real. I don't know.
Oh, I remember that. That's that music television channel that used to play music videos, which everybody loved. And then they started doing this reality crap that went, that's all they did.
Wait, they stopped playing music?
Pretty much.
Yes. Yeah. Long ago. It's terrible
like 20, 30 years ago. They started with that show, and then they kept adding more and more shows like that, and it was horrible. Like you could only catch music at like midnight.
Cable TV?
Yeah, 30 years ago would have been about when I stopped.
Yeah.
Do you even have cable TV anymore? Like, just watch YouTube.
There are many things on YouTube.
There are.
It's true.
What's YouTube?
Video streaming.
You don't know what YouTube is?
When it comes to technology, I have gremlins. Things just, they don't work quite as well as I'd like.
Your electronics have gremlins?
Something.
Or
like
are they
that.
your gremlins?
This is a trick question, right?
Yes.
It's always a trick question with Eleanor.
Okay, I like you. I like you.
I won't let the cat out of the bag there, Lamar.
Why'd you put the cat in the bag in the first place?
Well, we do know each other from running around up and down on the eastern seaboard.
I couldn't. You might think so, but I couldn't possibly comment.
There's something familiar, but you don't remember exactly where from. But he is definitely familiar. Something about Lamar triggers at you, but it's one of those where you're like, I know, but
I know you.
Really, I just have one of those faces. People do that all the time. They think I look like their best friend's cousin or something, and I'm used to it.
It's about this point. You hear a door open, and in steps a man. The best way to describe him, of course, is to have a pinched face, drawn around a thin, pointy nose. It's a guy you've all seen before, though. You recognize him. His name is Alan Sovereign. He's actually Sinshaw of Chicago. Well. I see you all came as I requested. What do you think of the steakhouse?
Not many steaks down here. But it's otherwise pretty nice.
It's very nice.
Lovely place.
Not many steaks down here. That is the hope. You get the little pun for our kind, a steakhouse. I found it interesting. I bet you're all full of questions about why I brought you here.
That has been the subject of conversation.
Prince Jackson and I have been talking. And because we have some new people in the city, we wanted to make sure there were not troubles. Now, of course, we could send them to the school, but most of you are too old for that. So it was decided that we would make a coterie of you all. I think it works pretty well. You see, young Destiny over here is the clan of the Rose, but she's been raised by a sewer rat.
Whoa, they do that?
Annabelle, Primogen Annabelle to you, of course, she raised a concern about whether Destiny was given the proper education in what it means to be a high clan. Now, we're not giving you to her, but we figured we'll stick you with some Ventru, Tremere to watch. Lamar, you're one of our recent, shall we say, initiates to the tower. While you have paid the price, we would like you to be part of this coterie as a test, you see, to see how well someone of your background integrates with some of the more traditional people.
Fair enough, Central Sovereign. I will go ahead and stick with these nice people.
And I'm sorry, Eleanor, you just got stuck with it because Son saw we were doing something and he said he had to have somebody in.
Oh, I understand. I'm perfectly fine with it. I think it will be very interesting.
That it shall, I believe. Just so you know, it's not all doom and gloom in the steakhouse. We have given you a bit of a domain to go with it, to sweeten the deal. Your domain stretches up the street, Milwaukee Street there, all the way until it hits West North Avenue. It also stretches down about 2 or 3 blocks. This is yours.
Well, certainly, thank you, Sensual Sovereign. Now, whose brilliant idea was it to make me the matron of Wayward and Soleil?
Well, you don't have a primogen, and truth be told, that was my idea.
Of course. Very well.
This is something of a privilege, considering what most other kindred get in the city.
It's also a giant target on our asses.
Well, the prince and I normally don't force people to become coteries, and we felt we had to at least somehow make it worth it. We don't foresee any problems. There should be no issues with it. This is a mostly peaceful city. Well, aside for the little bit of anarch dust-ups once in a while.
Who cares about those guys?
But the building is yours. This hidden area has no customers. You can bet all of the maitre d's here are well conditioned to let you in and out. There's also a hidden back door. It is yours. You do not have to give up your current havens.
How involved are we to be with the running of the business upstairs?
None with the business itself. The business is one of mine. An investment. But of the domain is yours. You can do what you wish. If you wish to buy some properties, or even this one, we might be able to talk. As you know, I do real estate. Any other questions?
Hypothetically, on your dessert menu, is there molten lava cake?
You know, I do not know. I don't eat.
If it's not on there, you should add it. It's the most beautiful of cakes. It explodes in your mouth with chocolate.
Sure, I guess. Very curious. I'll make a note. Thank you.
So, what ends do you actually intend for us to accomplish for you in return for this?
Exactly what I said. You are to make sure this young wayward Toreador is taught properly. To be a Toreador. That was Primogen Annabelle's wish. You are to make sure Lamara fits in with the Camarilla. He has paid the price. Any past sins he's done are forgiven. But he still has to integrate, and that's very important. For this experiment of the La Sombre joining to work, they must be able to become productive pots. And what better way than with this group? Plus, most of you have been in the city long enough and haven't really moved much. Yeah.
I think we're all excited for the opportunity, Seneschal Sovereign. Should we keep in touch, or is it a you'll call, don't call me, I'll call all you?
If Prince Jackson or I have anything for you, we will, of course, come and let you know. I bid you good evening.
Well, good night.
And he steps out the back and goes right out the back way he came in, leaving you all here, alone in this room again.
With each other.
With each other.
Isn't this a lovely gift?
It is. This is a nice place. A little outsized for what I would think he had in mind for us. So I wasn't entirely sure there's not more behind the gift that was given.
There's always something more.
Oh, isn't there a rack nearby here?
Literally next door.
Yeah, we're the janitors.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
We're the janitorial squad. So, Destiny, I gotta ask, how does a Toreador end up with Nosferatu friends? Like, everywhere I've been, that has never been the case. So I gotta hear the story behind this.
I was embraced during the War of New York, and my sire Delilah, she I haven't seen her since the night I was embraced, basically, and Martin had to repay a boon, and here I am, surrogate daddy Martin.
All right then, that works out.
Yeah. You should see his sculpture. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, he's got like tons of sculptures. They're all over, and they're just absolutely gorgeous.
Are they realistic, abstract?
A little bit of everything.
Well, that's nice. That must have helped you feel at home.
Yeah, Martin did a great job of helping me feel at home.
Was it very hard being like you are amongst the Nosferatu?
That's definitely a question.
I mean, it wasn't easy, but nothing worthwhile is easy, right?
No.
It's a good attitude to have.
Mm.
They didn't want to keep taking you down into the sewers on tours, anything, because most Toreador I know have real problems with that.
I mean,
indeed, there is usually a rivalry between the clans.
I mean, there must have not been that much of a rivalry because Martin had to repay the boon.
It's true. New York, I hear, was unstable. It can make strange bedfellows.
You can say that again about New York. It was definitely unstable. Yeah, so, Lamar, were you in New York ever?
I've been through there a couple times. You know, spend a little time there.
Uh-huh. Doing what?
My original job, I was a freelance troubleshooter for a multinational company, and when there's trouble, I shot it.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly one way of putting it. Oh well, all sins are forgiven, yes?
Yes, this is the whole. We're all. It's a new day. The Ivory Tower. We're rebuilding. It's a time of unity here, and I'm really feeling the unity in this room. I want to continue to feel that unity with each and every one of you.
Unity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So does anyone actually tell each other their clans? There is the question. Now, Destiny's, of course, was spilled.
So was Lamar's.
So was Lamar. Well, Lamar's was spilled indirectly.
No, it was direct. Sovereign said he was Lasombra.
Yeah. But there's the rest of you.
I think we should look into taking over this business from Sovereign. If he has his hands in it, he's going to be puppet master.
Mm-hmm. And always watching what we're doing all the time.
Indeed. I know my clanmate. Yes, I'm a Ventrue. You're absolutely right, Lamar. We are the janitors. And this was directly an assignment on me to make sure everyone lives up to the Camarilla standard. So, yeah, definitely that's a good idea. I have some means. I know he's gonna want a pretty penny for it.
I mean, they already know all the ways in and out, but you're right. Having this place under us is better than...
And ways can be changed.
Mm-hmm. I have some means as well.
Good.
I have a little bit as well. I can pitch in.
Good. Okay. We'll add that to the list of things to do. So basically we'll at some point arrange a meeting with Sovereign to discuss his price.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. I want to do something.
Okay.
And I want to activate Sense Unseen.
Okay. You're going to activate Sense the Unseen. Everyone's like, breaking the power. Actually, one person breaks the powers out twice. It's pretty good. Which for you is going to be, move this over here so I can see, because I can't see it. Wits all specs. Or no, you're forcing it. Resolve all specs.
Resolve all specs.
Yeah. Wits all specs is for if I'm rolling to see if you automatically pick up something you weren't trying to see. And resolve all specs is when you're trying to use the power to see something.
That is
Did you add
successes.
your bonus die?
I
and
did.
Of course you add one bonus die.
I did, and I have 3 successes.
Woo.
Yep. Had to cough. Your eyes shift and you look into the supernatural realm. Look around the room. And nothing seems to jump out at you. Other than... Let's see something real quick. There does seem to be a slight glow coming from Roscoe's pocket. Other than that, nothing jumps out at you.
I look towards Roscoe's pocket and kind of...
Oh, that's a bloodstone I brought with me just in case.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. I just suddenly thought that perhaps, I wanted to check just in case.
Oh, God. Who did you piss off? And she's looking directly at Roscoe.
It's hard to tell.
That's what's different.
So you're a practitioner then?
Yes.
Jesus.
This is what I spend my time doing. I spend most of the day or the night researching blood magic and the deeper aspects of what it means to be Tremere.
Because the last time I saw you, I just knew you were different. And I was with my sire, and he said you were a mage.
I was. But I got embraced by a Tremere
Yeah.
as part
Thus
of
I asked, who did you piss off?
Well, okay.
It's okay. You don't have to get into it. I just,
No, I don't mind.
It
was
just, whew.
It was a non-choice. I could either be embraced or be dead. So,
Yeah, you don't win that coin flip.
Yeah.
It's like a rather easy choice to make.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, that explains it. Okay. Good. So we have a Toreador that's been raised by wolves, basically, and we have to recondition her.
She is right
A
there.
little bit harsh, isn't it?
She's right there.
You're right. If you were raised by wolves, you would have been raised by Gongrel. So
That's
Or,
true.
you know, like the actual wolves that live in this city, like south.
Oh, no, you don't want to be raised by those wolves.
Yeah, I know. You just said that I was raised by them, though.
you could have been raised by normal wolves. They exist.
Yeah.
Get a real
Sure.
jungle
In
book feel
Chicago.
out of this.
Very well. Very well. What do you do, darling?
What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sing, dance, chill.
Well, chilling
Watch
is not quite as
Netflix?
interesting. What do you like on Netflix?
I mean, I kind of just put on whatever is recommended for background noise.
Oh. Are you very good at singing and dancing?
I mean, I think so, but it's been a while since I have really done anything since the whole, embrace and then being raised by Nosferatu thing.
Yeah.
Do the Nosferatu not sing and dance? I know it's maybe not their thing, but do they not?
I mean,
would you want to see a Nosferatu dance?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Martin's actually a really good dancer. You just don't want to dance with him when he's not putting on a different face. It's just a little weird, right? That's the word for it.
Yes.
It'll
That
do.
would be the word.
So this Netflix, is it on the YouTube?
Close.
Okay, I'm just trying to keep trying to keep these all straight.
You probably won't be able to watch it, Lamar. At least not directly yourself. So
We could find something and turn it on for you so that you'd at least know. And you wouldn't sound like you've been living under a rock.
You know what? That's fair. Thank you, Eleanor. I would appreciate the help.
Of course. I mean, we're all friends now, or supposed to be friends, or at least be something like friends.
We can work at being friends. Sure.
We have to watch each other's backs now.
Yes, we do.
It doesn't
We
look
are-
like Jackie likes friends.
Oh, I love friends.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes time to trust.
Yeah,
It takes experience.
and there are no shortcuts to that.
Indeed.
I mean, there are no shortcuts people want to use.
Well, Lamar, as a Lasombra, don't you have someone, a ghoul, to manage your technology for you, to turn on your Netflix or your YouTube?
You would probably do that if I wasn't traveling so much. Yeah, work kept me busy. Work's kept me busy for a long time. So, yeah, just didn't have time to indulge in the finer things of life.
Well, storyteller, I'd like to take a good look. I'm going to get up and walk around this
I was
new
waiting for
haven, and I'm going to try to really take it in.
I was waiting for someone to do this. The door you had come in to enter this, of course, the backside of it looks like old wine barrels. It's what's at the base of the stairs. So from the inside, it doesn't appear there's an exit into the restaurant. Now, poking around the room, the entrance that Sovereign came to is totally different than the one you did. He came in through a back door into this that actually leads up to a lift-up stairwell, one of the double doors that covers a stairwell down into a basement with an interior latch. So as to have an exit and an entrance that from peeking you would assume is the alley behind to give a different entrance than the restaurant itself. Now, the interior of this room still has booths. It has a bar. Obviously, none of them have been used in quite a while. They're dusty. No liquor down here. But it's rather good sized. Big enough you could easily carve out rooms if you wanted. Separated into smaller pieces or openings. It's not been used as storage. You're not sure, from your knowledge, some of you have been here longer than others. Some of you were born in Chicago. You're not sure this has ever been listed on the former speakeasy tourist traps that go around town.
I'll also get up and investigate, but I will close my eyes, and when I open them, I will be activating Oblivion Sight.
Now that is an interesting thing. You look around, and first there's nothing other than, looks like daylight. It's perfectly clear when you do Oblivion Sight, of course. Shadows, they're nothing. But it also has one other effect that not everyone talks about. The ability to see spirits. And there is one here. Doesn't seem shocked that you're looking at him. He's actually staring right back at you. You estimate maybe 30 years old, wearing a pinstripe black suit with a bowler's cap of some kind, or maybe something you would have seen in the 40s. But he's standing there looking at you. He looks over at the old abandoned bar, and you see this ghost kick it. Everybody in the room hears a thump. And then he goes,
And I will smile.
And he fades away to your view.
What was that?
What was that?
Yeah.
I'll drop Oblivion Sight.
Now, of course, everybody was looking. You weren't trying to hide it. You saw his eyes go black, pitch black.
Do I have any idea what that is?
You know exactly, as a Lasombre, what that is. That is an Oblivion power that many Lasombre have.
Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
Nice trick you got there.
One of many.
So what was that?
I think I know why they chose Sylvester's for us.
Why?
We have
We what?
well, a resident, so to speak.
Oh.
Just one?
As far as I know.
Oh.
It looks like he's been here for a while as well.
Huh.
I'd estimate 30s or 40s.
But you said there's someone here.
Well, was someone.
We have a ghost.
Well,
Well, that's interesting.
okay then.
This certainly will not be a social gathering place. Oh.
Convenient.
So, what are we gonna do about the fact that we're pretty much right near Iraq? I mean, something goes wrong over there and it spills over here.
Oh, it's
How
bound to
long?
happen.
How long until they pin that on our heads? So, are we gonna be proactive and handle it, or are we gonna wait for trouble to come to our door? I gotta know. I gotta plan my week.
I think we need to find out some of the local businesses here.
Yeah.
See who's got cameras, see who's not covered,
Yeah, need
and get
to
those gaps filled.
scout the area, see what who we have for neighbors. We look around. Is the speakeasy that we're in, is it light proof? I mean,
the part you're in is a basement that has an exterior access instead of an interior access, and it looks like, from what you can tell, that stairwell was added well after the one that you came in through the restaurant. That looks like it's maybe in the past 10 years addition to open it up.
If you open up that door out to the alley, is that far enough away? It doesn't let light into the rest of the.
No.
So sunlight would not be a problem for us.
No, sunlight would not be a problem. And when you get up to the door and checking it out, though, you do notice that there is a small little alcove with somebody's left a key in it that you would assume will be able to lock that exterior door from the outside.
I'll try it.
It does. It locks the exterior door. When you put the key in and turn it, a large set of bars go across the doors to lock them into the concrete they're anchored from, to keep them from being opened.
Okay. I unlock it and put the key back in the alcove.
You will probably want copies.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the bar, just the spot that the ghost kicked behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk behind there too, because I'm very curious about that.
Gonna kind of peek. Also,
The only thing you find is small newspaper clipping.
I'll pick it up.
I'm reading over his
You
shoulder.
can't see much of it. It's faded, worn in places, but you do catch one part: Sylvester's Massacre.
Oh, I think that explains our resident.
I think we also might have more than one.
Potentially.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to give up my haven. Okay.
We're not wrong.
Lamar's going to take a look. Like, he sees that alcove. He's going to take a look to see if there are any other alcoves or cubby holes in the general room. He's looking for places to stash weapons.
Okay, you can roll. I will let you go wits perception. You could also go intelligence and maybe streetwise, maybe. Or if you think of a better combination, you can suggest it to me, and I'll go with that too.
Let's see.
Because you're attempting to suss out hidden panels, maybe possible secret little openings, places that would be in a speakeasy where they might have dumped in hidden liquor or secured liquor from raids and stuff like that.
I'll give wits streetwise a try.
Okay.
While he's rolling that, I'm just going to walk along the bar and run my hand under the edge of the bar.
Okay. See what he rolled first. Wow. Deciding whether to use willpower?
You know
Lamar
what?
has one success for now.
Yeah, I'm not going to use willpower.
You're not. Well, Jackie runs her hand under the bar. You do come across a little button.
I push it.
Okay. Nothing happens at first. About a minute later, the door that you took from the restaurant opens. And the guy who had escorted you down here sticks his head in. Did you need something?
No, just exploring.
Thank you.
That button alerts me.
Oh, I apologize. Thank you so much for letting me know.
That light in the corner, if someone is here for you asking, it will flicker.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Anything else we should know?
Your name?
You can call me Brackus.
Brackus. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Brackus.
I will be here every night.
Thank you.
And he closes the door.
While everyone has been looking around and investigating things, I'm checking to see if there are any small animals that have made their home in the basement.
And how are you going to check for that? That's an interesting question for you.
Well, I am just looking around. If I don't see any telltale signs, I would like to use feral whispers.
Okay. You don't see any obvious spots. It's, it's got some dust in it, so it's not perfectly airtight, but you don't see anything you would normally expect in a basement in Chicago of rat droppings or mice markings or anything like that. So you're going to have to, if you really want to, kick off feral whispers, which it does take a rouse check, but the only time you have to roll anything is if you're trying to coax an animal to do something they normally wouldn't. So if you'd like to use it, make a rouse check. And
okay. How do I make Fantasy Grounds do that?
If you'd like, you click the rouse at the bottom of your character sheet.
Oh, right. There's a button right there.
There's a button right there for it. And you failed, and
there's a 2.
You're
hungrier.
As you go to use feral whispers.
This is fine.
Invoke the powers of your blood. There's a voice in your head. It's one you've heard quite often when you get hungry. It's her voice. It's Delilah's voice. You know this isn't right. You know this is wrong, what you're doing. Turn back.
No.
The voice goes quiet. And you've activated feral whispers. You have one whole scene. You can try to talk to animals, and if there's any nearby, they will try to answer you.
Okay. So I'm looking for animals all around. And if I see one, I will chat with it.
You do find one little spot where you think it's not big enough for a mouse to get in there, but when you get close to it, you can hear through the opening. Food. Need food. Looking for food. Gotta be food around here somewhere. I wonder if there's any food here. Food over here? Nope, no food over there. It's a little mouse. You can hear it.
Hello, little mouse. Pretty little mousy friend. Would you like some food?
Comes over to the hole, and you see just its nose stick through. It's not big enough for the rest of the mouse to get through. Just its little nose. You got food? Food?
I don't have food yet, but I'll have food for you soon.
Oh, I'll come visit. You bring food, I'll visit. Like food, need food, always want food. Food.
Yes, Mr. Mouse. Mrs. Mouse? Doesn't really matter. Probably not. Do odd things happen down here often?
Things move. Things fall over. We don't come here often.
What about thick water in the?
But we don't come here often. There's things. The not living. The not there. They're there and they get mad sometimes and run us out. That's why I'm on this side of the wall.
Okay. How many things? The not living.
Some. Some.
More than your family?
Oh, no. Family big. Got huge family.
And she's going to turn to the rest of the people who are probably staring at her like,
we heard her chittering, right?
You hear her chitter. And you can swear there's a chittering coming back from the wall.
Interesting.
I go up to Jackie. Is this a first for you as well, for a Toreador?
Indeed.
Quite curious.
So guys, we've got good news. I mean, obviously we knew that some of our fellow kindred knew about this location, but it doesn't seem like it's a ton, because the mouse says that it's less than his family. her family. I didn't ask. It didn't really matter.
The mouse told you that.
Yeah.
So we have a Toreador that talks to critters.
I
That's
mean,
new.
That's new on me too.
That's very new.
well,
Is that something your Nos friends taught you?
well, yeah, that was one of the very first things that Martin taught me.
It is quite handy. Usually Toreador are not so practical.
You gotta survive.
They are not.
Yes, but Toreador, you should thrive as well.
Although when you get around other Toreador,
Might want to keep that on the down low.
yeah, don't let them
Yeah.
see you do that.
They'll really hate it.
Yeah.
They'll hate it so much.
I've been told. I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
figured that in this circumstance that maybe information was better than
Then pretense? Absolutely.
secrets.
Absolutely. No, it's wonderful. Okay, so probably and
Does anybody have any crackers?
I look at my bag.
No, fresh out.
I have cookies.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I
have
can I have a
pack
little bit of
Oreos.
Can I give one of the cookies to the mouse? And do we want to ask the mouse anything or have the mouse do anything for us before?
Can he
were
not
the
bring like his friends here?
Well, they said that they don't really like it because there's us here a lot.
are we sure that it's us? Because we know we have at least one ghost.
Well, he said dead. Oh, that's true. He did say. I guess he would.
And not both.
What?
It could be both.
Do you want me to ask?
Yes, please.
Okay. And I turn back to the whole. Mr. Mouse, I have some cookie here for you. It's the
Food?
chocolate and cream kind.
Food.
Yep, some
Okay,
food.
food.
But first, I have a question. I know you said that there were dead things. And when you say dead things, are you talking like the ones that can walk through walls
Not
and
you.
you can?
No, not you.
No. Okay.
You're
Well, shoot.
part dead.
Part dead. Interesting. Well, how many part dead usually come here?
Been lots of cycles.
Cycles. Okay.
Seen anyone here in a long time.
Okay. And Mr. Mouse, can you you said that when they get mad, the dead, that bad things happen. Can you kind of give me a little bit more information?
They sometimes they kill us and so make us dead, and sometimes they make us do things and run us out of here, and that's why we don't come in there.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't ever have to come in here if you don't want, but if you would like to stop by every so often, and tell me if you see anything weird outside, that would be nice too. And I might be able to stock some cookies for you.
Food?
For you and your family.
For food, yeah, food. But I won't, I don't come in. No. Dead things are mean. No.
All right. I'm going to turn back to everybody. Eleanor, can I have the cookie, please?
I actually hand you the whole packet.
The whole packet. Well, I'm going to take one and I'm going to break it into pieces that are small enough to shove through the
Shove in
hole.
that little tiny hole in the corner that all you saw was the nose.
Yep.
And
So I'm going to break the pieces till they're small enough. And as I'm breaking the pieces and shoving it into the hole, I'm going to be like talking over my shoulder. So he said that we're mostly dead. We're not dead. So there's been cycles of cycles of mostly dead. And the dead get mad and sometimes make them die and sometimes make them do things. So we might want to watch out for that.
Well, shit.
What kind of dead?
The ghosts.
The ghosts make the mice. I don't think mice can turn into ghosts, but it's actually a really interesting question. Does anybody know about whether mice can turn into ghosts or not? I'm not really up on the whole
Okay.
lore of the spirit realm. I'm actually...
You're muted,
Can we
Lamar.
find... That's interesting.
I mean,
I don't want the answer to that question.
I don't want to know.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Why not? Isn't information... Oh, is that a... I guess, Martin said that information's always a really good thing to search for. Is that not something that I should care about?
I think we're good on finding out if there's a mouse heaven.
But Destiny, I'll talk to you about it sometime if you want. I think it's an interesting question.
Okay.
I need to find the Brachus button. Jackie,
It's over here. It's
over here. Okay. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna push the button.
Okay. It only takes about a minute before the door opens again.
Hello, Mr. Brachus. I have a question. Could you bring us down a whole bottle of bourbon or whiskey, or I don't know what you might have upstairs. I'm sure you have some, and some empty glasses. Could you do that?
Bourbon, whiskey, wine, ma'am.
Bourbon.
Anyone else?
Molten lava cake?
I will check, ma'am.
Also, tell my man, he's outside at the car. It's a black Mercedes. To come down.
Yes, ma'am. There is a private parking. You have permits available for the parking garage across the street.
Oh, please ensure he gets that.
We have permits for parking garages?
Well,
I'm a driver as well.
it is for the restaurant. We pay a premium to have dedicated places for VIPs and employees.
Good to know.
I'm my driver as well. She'll be in the silver G-Wagon.
Yes, sir. Anyone else? I shall return, and I will bring the extra parking passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he turns and closes the door again, leaving you looking at the backside of wine barrels.
Surprised you didn't charge us for it.
First one's always free.
Does anyone object to me having my ghoul come and straighten the place up?
No, not at all.
No.
As long as we're not doing it.
Always preferable.
There is a fair amount of dust down here. I would really like it if the dust wasn't around.
Indeed. It has potential. We might be able to do some build out in here.
It only takes a few minutes before Brachus returns. He's got a bottle in his hand, and he actually has just a stack of small little transponders about this big. This gets you in the garage.
Perfect.
And when they do sweeps, they drive past vehicles, and as long as this is in the vehicle, they know you're supposed to be there.
Perfect.
Leaves the bottle there with 6 glasses. Your man will be here shortly, ma'am. He
Thank you.
is parking the vehicle, as will yours as well. They are parking. And then he turns. Would you like me to escort them down when they come, or send them through the other entrance?
Escort them down for now.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, same for you?
Same works.
Yes, sir. And he closes the door, leaving these 6 glasses and a bottle.
I open the bottle and I pour bourbon into the 6 glasses and I kind of arrange them in a circle and then I leave the bottle there open.
But he brought down easily a $300 bottle of bourbon.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
sitting there.
It's fine. I've poured into all the glasses. I've set it up in a circle, the open bottle, and I take a step back. Residents of this building, you might want something to drink. So there's something to drink for you. So maybe,
Oh,
I see what you're doing.
Giving a peace offering.
Yes.
yes.
smart.
I think the appropriate thing would be to toast to them and not drink and set the glasses back down.
That's a great idea.
I pick up a glass and say, "To those that came before us, we honor you." And set it down.
Toast.
Cheers.
The oddest thing,
Here's an all that.
when you put the glasses down, these 6 glasses suddenly start moving on the bar. And they're arranged 3, 2 stacked on top, 1 on top of that, into a nice little pyramid without any of the whiskey spilt.
Now Lamar's
And
going to
then-
take a step back.
And then the entire thing gets thrown into the floor as all the glasses break.
And Jackie grabs the bottle of $300 bourbon and takes a swig.
I take it from Jackie and take a swig.
I'll take it from Eleanor and have a swig.
I'll take it from Plunder and have a swig.
So, who here is able to eat food and who can't? There seems to be a rash of that. Everyone but Lamar can actually drink this liquor without any kind of a blush of life attempt to hold it down or anything.
And Lamar's not
Well.
even going to bother.
It was a good idea, Eleanor. It was a good
bourbon.
idea.
Burns as
It's
it goes
Jackie.
down.
Mm-hmm. That's good stuff. God.
After Roscoe passes the bottle after me, I don't know. Is it just me, or do you think Resident wasn't like the pyramid?
Okay.
Of course, I myself am a member as well. I might not appear it.
And it's at this point the ghouls come down to clean up. And right here, I think, is a good spot to take our first break. The very first break of the Chronicle. And we will be back in 10 minutes. Enjoy, of course, the break music by the lovely Carlene. And we don't have any art yet, and give us time. Art will appear. It always
It
does.
will. It always does.
So, see you in 10 minutes. As soon as I can find the stop recording.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story? From the lips of Bathory. They call me Let's-King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Arjabla Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a wizard was keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, keep me beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, keep me youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow.
Welcome back. Before the break, this coterie were given a domain and a haven. Found out the hard way that their haven may be slightly haunted. Just a little. And as we were leaving, the ghouls had been brought down to clean up the place because no respectable kindred wants all this dust on the floor. They need to set a good example for the Toreador. So this is where we're going to pick up with the coterie down there with the ghouls have just arrived to clean up and the coterie deciding what to do with the rest of the night. I turn the scene, of course, to the players.
Jackie turns to her ghoul Etienne and speaks to him in French. Advises him that this is her new coterie and that this is a communal haven and it needs to be appropriate.
Yes, ma'am.
We
and
are
in
going...
French he responds, should I listen to them?
You listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I advise him that we are going to be investigating our new domain territory. And if I need him, I will request him.
Okay. Now, we haven't described him yet. Describe this school servant of yours to everyone so they have just a general idea.
He is a handsome, tall gentleman. Looks to be maybe mid-30s. Has short, dark hair, gorgeous blue eyes. And he is not exceptionally muscular, but you can tell he's like wiry. He's strong and wiry. And he is obviously very loyal to Jackie.
Now, Jonathan, do you have any special instructions for yours? And you of course, describe your
Absolutely. Celeste is a not homely, but not beautiful woman. Messy hair, kind of dirty blonde, glasses, kind of eccentric clothes, but nothing out of the ordinary, just kind of plain. And in German, I will tell her to clean up this area, as it is now our coteries haven, and that perhaps from time to time she may have to come here. And I will also instruct her to see if she can see anything out of the ordinary, and that there was a guest here earlier.
Now, is this one of your special?
Yes. Yes.
One of the special ones. I want to double check something. Before I ask this, of course.
This is the one with the one dot of each, yes.
Yes. So, she looks at you and, in kind of a subtle way, should I do anything else?
Not for the time being. If I need you, I'll call you.
She nods. Because she also seems to know some rituals that may be useful, but not yet. Okay. And now what is the rest of the group doing?
So, I want to go take a look around.
Absolutely.
Says looking to everybody. I want to go take a look around if anyone's willing to join me. I mean, feel
Sure.
free.
Sure. I'd like to go with you.
All right, Roscoe. So, yeah, I figure, once around the block, and then I'd like to check out the rack area, just to see what kind of people frequent it. If anybody like us frequents it, because they do something dumb over there, they'll probably end up around here at some point. Better head them off at the pass. Anybody else interested?
Then what I'll do is I will plan to head south from here since you're wanting to go north. Okay? That way I can check out the rest of the southern portion of our domain.
I'll go with you, Jackie.
Perfect. Anyone else?
I mean, would you want someone raised by wolves to come with you?
Certainly, darling. We have to educate you on the higher culture.
Well, Johnny, what do you want to do?
I believe that I will go with you and Lamar for the time being.
All right, sounds like it's settled.
So, only one of you has a key at the moment to lock this back door. Who takes the key?
I'll take it.
Eleanor
Venture's quick with that.
I mean, yeah. Jack.
Maybe we can find a locksmith.
Perhaps. And make some copies. I did pass some shops and various places on my way in here, so.
So, I would like everyone to give me wits awareness. Because you're wandering around now. For some of you who are looking for specific things, we'll roll that separately. But wits awareness is always my good thing to see if anyone notices anything odd or perhaps being followed or the like.
May I use my bonus for instincts? On awareness.
Yes, I will let you use that. Go ahead. And I see. Wait a minute. What did Roscoe do? Roscoe rolled wits plus
How did wits get in there twice?
plus auspex even.
That's no.
Yeah, you might want to try that one again.
Yeah. Okay.
It was probably selected from something you did earlier.
It could be. Okay.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got a wits awareness from Star Jones, Destiny. She's got 2 successes. That's not bad. Eleanor has 3. Lamar, that's a nice roll with 5.
And Jackie has 3.
3 and 3. Okay, and 2 and 1. Okay, so the group set out and began walking around. Some of you going north, some of you going south, of course, to walk around it. Now, going north, I've got to say, you don't walk far before you hit your rack. I mean, your steakhouse is literally right at maybe, if you look on the player map that we have been given, I am actually going to put a pin where the steakhouse is now. There you go, players. You now have a pin mark right in the player's domain. Very close to the edge.
I do not see a pin.
It should be in the player's thing. Should be.
I don't
You
see
may
I
have
had
to
to
reload the
refresh.
Refresh, because it'll.
I'm doing that.
Okay. And we will go from here. Now, for the group that went south, which was, of course, Destiny, Jackie, and Eleanor moving south. It's a lively night. I mean, it's lively. There's a lot of music going along, a lot of people. The kind are everywhere. You can feel it. Gives you that, can't say you feel alive, but you feel that extra energy that comes from it. And as you're moving through the area, Jackie, you notice, it's really kind of odd to you in a lot of ways, but there are a number of, I wouldn't call them mice, rat really is the only way to say it. Rats running along tops of the buildings, keeping pace with you all.
What?
You might want to talk to them, Destiny. And she points up at the rats.
Why?
They're keeping pace with us.
Oh, okay.
So that means we're either being watched or tailed.
Okay. Sure. How they're on the roofs,
The tops
right?
of the building. Yeah, they're walking along the front facade parts of the buildings. Now, when you get to a street where an alley is, sometimes they can jump across, sometimes they can't. But when they can't, oddly enough, it seems like there's already other rats picking up to follow.
I'm gonna look around and
we'll step into an alley.
see. Yeah, I want to
We'll step into an alley so it's not out in the open.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can grab one of these rats to chat with it for a little bit.
You step into the alley, and while you're standing there, you see a rat's head poke over the edge of the building, looking down. Just looking at you.
Hello there, friend.
Now, if you're going to use Feral Whispers now, it's a new scene. You'll have to rouse check again.
Yep, you guys are killing me. But yep, I've been told to talk to the rats by the person who's supposed to be educating me. So
I'm telling you to do some very untoward things. But
You succeed.
succeeded. So you invoke the blood of the kindred to be able to speak with animals, and this time you don't get hungry. The beast that's in your head doesn't. She doesn't speak at all. Hey, pretty.
what?
Pretty? Hi,
Pretty?
In the mouse, you see a little paw come and just kind of wave at you.
Are you calling me pretty? Are you sure that you're not the pretty one?
No, you're pretty.
I'm pretty. Were you told to watch me?
Dad's coming.
Your dad is coming here?
No, your dad is coming here.
My dad is coming here. My dad doesn't call me pretty.
No, I saw you. You're pretty.
Who told you? Did someone tell you to follow us?
Your dad. He told me to watch you tonight.
And you just decided to call me pretty for no reason?
Isn't that what your kind do? Seems to be smarter than every other rat you've ever dealt with. This one seems a little bit... Something's different up there.
I'm going to grab this rat and kind of like
He's
pet
at the
it.
top of the building. You're going to have a hard time reaching him.
He's... Well, rat, I think that you're also pretty. Would you hop down?
And the rat looks at you a second, kind of tips its head, and then it jumps down, and it's sizable. This is a rather large, heavy rat.
Ooh.
I mean, you're talking...
Jackie just steps back.
Yeah, you've got... It's
kind of lean back. Like
it's the size of a large cat. You've got about a 12 to 15 pound rat in your arm suddenly.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a heavy rat.
That's a big rat.
Destiny.
And it looks at you with eyes that are a lot more intelligent than you expected.
So my dad told you to watch me?
Yeah.
Interesting. Are you sure that it was my dad? Yeah, okay.
I mean, I've seen you there. At his church.
Okay.
Of course, you're the only one who can understand what this rat is saying. All they hear is you chittering at this rat.
Yeah, I just I'm in. So all of the rats, they're all following us because
they follow me. I follow you. They follow me.
Are you like a king?
I'm the smartest.
The smartest.
And the strongest.
And the strongest. Okay.
Drank some of you.
Of me?
Your kind.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna pet the rat with one finger because I don't want to touch that whole rat. It's one whole rat. And I'm gonna turn to Jackie and Eleanor. This rat says that he drank some kindred. He's really smart. All the other rats are following him, so if we want the rats to stop, we could probably ask the rat to go somewhere else. But apparently my dad's on his way. Here?
Martin.
Yes, Martin. My surrogate sire. I don't know why he's
Tell
coming.
the rat that, they need to be discreet. We don't need a scene made. And if Martin is nervous about you with us, then they can continue to watch, but they need to be discreet.
Okay. Hey, Sir King Rat. You pretty little rat thing.
Yeah.
The way that you guys are running along the tops of the building, and there's so many of you, it's a little noticeable. Do you think that maybe
Oh, we do that all the time here.
gross? I mean, I understand completely. Would you be able to maybe be a little bit more discreet and can you ask some of your followers to, instead of all run after us, maybe some of them could run back that way?
Now that we found you, we're not going to search, so we can just follow.
Okay.
We had to find you first.
Okay. How long have you been searching for me?
You see the rat look up and its nose goes to one moon there to moon there. rats don't really have a sense
Right.
of time, but
Yeah.
he knows where the moon moved.
How much had the moon moved?
You'd guess a couple hours.
Okay. I don't understand why Martin just wouldn't call me. Or send cats.
Yeah, because he normally uses cats, not rats.
He does. He does normally use cats, and it's very strange that he sent a rat. And that the rat thinks I'm pretty, and I don't. This rat thinks I'm pretty, and has also already drank kindred blood. I don't want this rat around me anymore, but I don't want to insult Sir Rat. Sir King Rat, would you run back to my father and tell him that I'm okay and I don't need his interference right now?
I would if I knew where he was.
Where was he when he told you to watch me?
Oh, he didn't send.
Would you like to?
I was sent by. Your name's always hard. Dapper. Everyone calls him the Dapper Chap. Now, you've heard that
Chap
reference before. There is a particular Nosferatu in town that everyone refers to as dressing dapper, which would be Cedric.
Okay.
One that you've met a few times.
Okay. All right.
Cedric Calhoun.
So interesting. Well, why don't you run back to Cedric, the Dapper Chap, and if you see any chess pieces around him, can you eat one of them for me?
Mm-hmm. One of us chewed on one once, and he killed him. No, we don't mess with his chess pieces.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping that maybe.
But then suddenly the rat just jumps out of your arms. And this being a big rat, it does somehow scurry straight up. It goes up right at where the drain pipe. It crawls right up the side where the drain pipe in the building wedges itself up and goes right up back up to the roof.
Goodbye.
Doesn't say
Sir
a word. You
King
told it to
Rat.
go somewhere.
I did.
Actually, we'll let you talk to your coterie mates real quick, and then we're gonna flash to the other group.
I don't trust that rat. I don't mean it's a rat, so I don't really know how I can not trust a rat, but I don't trust that it was sent by Martin. I don't think Martin would have actually cared. But maybe, I don't know, Martin...
Who do you think sent it?
Well, I mean, the rat told me that it wasn't actually Martin that told him to follow us. It was Cedric, which...
I'm not that familiar with him.
He likes to play chess. He's a good friend of Martin's. He tried to get the rat to eat one of the chess pieces and wouldn't do it. Apparently, the last time one of the rats nibbled on a chess piece, they got killed. The real killed.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like
you're being spied upon?
Yeah, like I'm being spied upon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
welcome to Chicago, darling.
Yeah. Usually it's not Cedric that would be doing the spying.
Well, at least it's not Crook. That guy gives me the creeps.
Who?
Crook. Not familiar with him.
No?
It's one of the Nos.
Interesting.
I'm waiting. Go ahead.
I would like to premonition.
Okay. This is going to be a constant thing. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll your premonition again.
Okay, it's Auspex plus...
Resolve Auspex.
And a bonus die.
With
And
your
a
bonus
bonus
die
die.
for your blood potency.
Nice. All right. 1, 2, 3,
Five.
4, 5.
5 successes. And as you stand there in the street, and she's relaying this, and you feel your eyes glaze over a bit, and you try to open yourself up to the other world. And you see a sleeping dog. It's kind of injured. But you can tell not injured in a way that prevents it. It's scarred and marked and got all kinds of wounds on it. But in that dream sense of a premonition, you know that just because it's sleeping right now and it's marred and scarred doesn't mean it's hurt or in any way not a threat. And there's shadows around it and motes of light in the shadow, and you kind of get the hum of maybe horns honking or something in these motes of light. But it's sleeping. Then it lifts its head, looks towards you, but looks through you. And it growls a little, looks towards the motes of light. You can hear a deep rumble as it growls. Then you see this dog get up, and you realize what you thought was a dog isn't really a dog. It's a wolf. And then your vision fades, and you're back in the street.
Oh, Jackie, is she okay?
Oh, Eleanor, are you...
Yes, I'm fine. Sorry that happens. Sometimes I just sort of
Space
like
out.
yeah. Too much LDS.
Latter-day Saints, darling.
Do you mean LSD?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one I mean.
Okay.
And because of your number of successes and how I do premonitions, the hint I can give your character based on that is that it wasn't really sleeping. It was almost I'm not going to say waiting, but it had finished a fight and was just gathering energy before it gets renewed again.
Gathering its strength.
Before it is all renewed again.
Okay, well, let's continue looking. We might find a locksmith shop to make some copies of the keys.
And now we're going to flip to the other half of the coterie. You all head out north, of course, and looking at the numbers. I mean, double checking the numbers here real quick about who had how many successes. We know for a fact that Roscoe was having Roscoe luck. Lamar has gotten 5 successes on his wits awareness as he's moving through. As you're moving through the streets, you can feel the buzz. There's a lot of pent-up anger, hostility, a lot of aggression in this section of town. It's more than some of the other parts of the racks you've been to. It's more than some of the other parts of the city, but you can feel it. It's a vibe. It almost sings to your beast as you're walking. You could tell it would be very easy to let slip and have your beast cut loose a little. But walking around and watching, you catch, with 5 successes, I will let you catch a lot of the darker parts of the society of what goes on in the city. You can see some people you would guess are muggers waiting for a good mark to come by. See a few pickpockets for sure. See a couple dealers. Nothing that caught your eye that was too bad. There was no heroin. Looks like it was a lot of X. That kind of thing, to get a little party fun time going.
A lot different from my day.
Mm-hmm. And I will let you have your discussion. I will tell you when anything else pops up as you're walking through, but I want to give your group a chance to talk a bit as you go.
And as Lamar walks, he'll kind of point out to both Roscoe and Jonathan, don't stand too close to that guy.
What guy?
He'll point out one of the guys to kind of there's a group of 3 guys over there. Don't look at them. Don't move too close to them. They'll leave you alone. And otherwise, just eyes forward. Look like you know where you're going. No one will bother you. Just how you get along in places like this. So you guys, how long you guys been here in Chicago?
Not too terribly long. Well, our condition anyway.
Right. Yeah. It's been a good number of years for me.
Yeah, same for me. Places change. It hasn't really changed, but it's changed a little bit since the last time I was here. But so what do you all think about our new friends?
No, they seem nice enough.
Interesting mix, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie's a little French, but
right, yeah. Well, I did meet her in France back in the Great War. Just in passing. She, I'm not surprised that she is where she is now.
Yeah, they the French, they tend to turn up in the weirdest places. So we're on the border of it's like where we are is on the border of the
rack.
He was going to look for a different word to call it since they're out in public. Are there like people? Like, is this like a crowded street?
I mean, you're walking the thump of the music. It's a busy street. So as you're outside on the street, as you're passing each bar, you hear whatever music they're playing. If you pass in a club, you're hearing
Wicker Park.
Whatever they're going. Yeah, you're right. Not far from Wicker Park because it's the Wicker Park rack. So you're hearing a lot of thumping and bumping and carrying on. So, I mean, you being you, as you walk down the street, got this air of, in some ways, dangerous, that people are stepping out of the way as you're walking down the street. They almost feel coming off you that it's not wise to be in your path. And so you could talk, as long as you're talking softly, pretty freely.
Oh, and I am an obvious predator, so yeah, they probably know best to just let that
even
guy
the ones that don't, even the ones who don't acknowledge it subconsciously are stepping
away.
out of your way.
So this is where we are. We're on the border of the rack here. How do you guys want to handle it if something spills out of there and out of here and into our territory?
I'm gonna look up specifically near the border to see if there are security cameras pointing toward our direction or the opposite direction.
I will let you roll. There are cameras, but I'm going to let you roll. You can go wits, wits awareness maybe, or I will actually. You could also go. Any one of you can roll intelligence technology if you wish.
Okay.
Because there could be cameras, but intelligence technology may let you know whether they're working or not. Hey, look at that. Roscoe actually rolled decently. So there are a number of cameras. Roscoe, you figure maybe a third of them actually work.
Okay. Now, in that count of cameras, can I tell like which ones are private and which are, say, part of the city network?
They're all part of the city,
Okay.
but about a third of them are actually on. Most of them that are working, you notice, are pointed at the streets, not the sidewalks. Seems someone has deliberately knocked out the ones that watch the sidewalks where people are walking.
Mm. Okay. And I say this to the guys.
Okay.
What would
Well,
the
it's-
last two businesses in the domain be?
You tell me. As you're approaching the rack, you tell me what the last two businesses are as you're getting close to the rack on the north side.
I think one of them would probably be a bar.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. I will let you as the players decide most of it as long as it fits the theme. It's funny though, you mentioned it's a bar. It is a bar. Tonight's seems to be playing some jazz music. And as you're
Okay.
walking by it, somebody runs into you. A woman. You've not seen her before, but she's got kind of black, long hair. We'll get you a full description here in a second. Actually, I can pull it up too. That works for me just as well. Let me pull it up so I can describe her better, because she just kind of comes stumbling out of the bar. It's always fun when I'm pulling up people the first time. Come on, tight. Kind of black hair, long, like well past her shoulders. She's definitely got a European look. You're pretty sure it's way east. It's more of possibly Indian, East Asian. There's it's not a heavy features, but there's a light amount to it. And she kind of bumps into you as you're walking past this jazz bar. She was staring into it, like kind of lost for a second there. She just kind of stumbles into you and turns and looks at you and kind of cocks her head a little.
Check my pocket.
Everything's there. She said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was caught up in a moment. Sorry, sir.
No problem. You like the place? You ever been here before?
No, I was walking down the street and heard the music. And kind of, it was beautiful, so I stood to listen for a little while.
Yeah, I get that. I like jazz, smooth stuff, of course, but gotta appreciate it where you can.
And while they're talking, I'm looking at her. Can I tell if she's kind, kindred?
What are you using to look at her? Just your regular eyes, or?
I don't have. Let's see, I do have sense the unseen.
That one would only help you if she was using some sort of magical thing. You could use, if you had heightened senses, you can do it, or you could just roll flat out. I will go with, since you're trying to pick it up, it would definitely be a intelligence or wits roll, because you're trying to pick that up. But we're going to go with body language, insight,
Okay.
because you're trying to read the body language to see if she's making the movements that a kindred do or don't, or a kind do.
I will as well.
Okay, that's a 3. You muted, Shanky.
Yeah, I know. Rolling. You got 3, 2, 2. 3 isn't enough. You can't really tell.
Okay.
I'm sorry to have disturbed you all, and have a good evening. I've got to go find Nero. And she wanders off.
Does the name Nero sound familiar?
For you, no. I don't think for any of you. Actually, there is a chance, actually. I will let you all do, intelligence, streetwise. Damn, Roscoe. That's a first. 5 successes for Roscoe, 3 for Jonathan, 3 for Lamar. Roscoe, you've heard Nero's name mentioned. Oddly enough, you've heard that name mentioned with a band called Baby Chorus. And from what you understand, Baby Chorus, one of the main lead singers of it, is the sheriff of Chicago, of course.
Really? Okay.
Damien. Yes, you don't know how in the hell he gets away with that kind of a masquerade breach, but it's not really a secret that the sheriff is lead singer in a band that
this
is mostly Kindred.
I was going to say, do they play to Kindred or to Kine?
They play both, from what you understand. Nero is one of the members that's not a lot of people seem to have talked about. It just barely triggered your memory, but the only reason you remember it was you've been to the Succubus Club before, and one night they were actually playing at the Succubus Club.
Okay. So has she gotten far away yet?
She's moving kind of gracefully down the street away from everybody.
You going to go see Baby Chorus?
She whips around pretty quick. You've heard it? You've heard of us?
I've heard of Nero. I know the lead.
She comes back. And we're gonna be this week. We're gonna be at the Succubus Club. If you want to pop in and watch a set.
Okay, I wouldn't mind. It's been a while.
The Succubus Club, you said.
Oh yeah. You shouldn't have any problems getting in. You look fancy enough. You can pay the cover.
Does Lamar recall specifically who hangs out at the Succubus Club?
In which way are you asking? That's good. That is a very loaded question.
A particular neonate that
you've been warned about?
Yes.
Oh, yes. You know she owns it.
Oh, so there's a concert there. You know, we might check that out. We might check that out, but we'll have to, we'll have to have our people check with, we'll have to have our people, check our schedules. But it was nice meeting you. What was your name again?
Oh, I didn't introduce myself. I am sorry for that. Let me pull her name. Kathy. You just call me Kathy.
Lovely to meet you, Kathy. I'm Lamar.
Nice to meet you, Lamar. Your 2 friends?
I'm Roscoe.
Nice to meet you, Roscoe.
Jonathan Berkeley.
Jonathan Berkeley. Nice to meet you.
Is that with a C or a K, Kathy?
Oh, it's... you're the first to ask me that. It's with a K.
Interesting.
And she reaches down into her purse and she pulls out actually a small CD. You don't see those normally these days, but it's hard to distribute music otherwise. And she hands it to you and goes, that's our latest from Baby Chorus. That's what we're doing on the sets, so.
I'll give it a listen. Sure.
Give it a listen.
Definitely gonna give it a listen.
Now I've got to go. I've got to find Nero. He's wandered off again, and he gets these moods where he just kind of stares. And
sorry to keep you. Didn't mean to keep you.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
You have a good night.
She turns and wanders off down the street, leaving you all kind of feeling.
Lamar's gonna wait till she gets down the street, around the corner, out of earshot. We are not going there.
What? Why not? Sounds like a great time. Is there a reason?
There's a lot of reasons. That place is not good luck for people like us. I think we should just call it a wash and let it go.
Well, okay, if you say so. I mean, it sounded like a good time to me, but if you're sure it's not a great place for us, well, okay.
Yeah.
Why is it not a good place for us?
Just what I understand, you go there. People who go there tend to attract a lot of bad luck. I'm just not into it. I'm superstitious that way.
Interesting.
Maybe it's the Catholic in me.
Now, of course, the other, Jonathan, you and Roscoe, you know what the Succubus Club is. If you've been in Chicago more than a week, actually, if you've been a kindred more than a month, you know what the Succubus Club is.
Oh, yeah.
It is the kindred gathering place.
Yep.
Now we're going to flash, though, back to the other three. Right after the little vision had hit. And
we found a locksmith shop and made copies of the keys.
That's fine. There's many open at night because people get locked out of their cars. Quite a bit of business made that way. People who lock themselves out of their own damn cars. Right there on the road. You've rounded the southern part of your domain. And
oh, look, is that an antique shop?
It is.
Yeah. Looks like one. It says antiques in the window right there.
Oh,
now, it's not actually open this night, but you do see it does have late night hours.
Interesting.
But just not tonight. It seems like the late night hours are coinciding with the slower nights for the bars and clubs. That way they have less drunks wandering the antique shop.
And breaking shit.
Shit. Correct.
Very
That
wise.
makes sense. Very wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just peering through the window just to see things they have. Mm-hmm.
And as you're staring, peeking through there, there's a lot of nice stuff in there. You actually see books in the back. It looks like they've got a whole bunch of antique books.
Oh, we will have to come shopping here.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited that we have one of these here.
Yes.
There's a boutique clothing store right there.
We can go check that out.
Let's go look at it.
You guys want to go and buy books and antiques?
We can like clothes and books. There's
Indeed.
no rule that says we
and
can't.
Furniture.
And furniture. And trinkets. And paintings. And
Yes.
Paintings.
Paintings especially.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one day I'll have to have you at my haven. I have quite the collection.
She does.
Interesting. Well, can we go peek in the window of the boutique clothing shop?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Since you guys got your time?
Yeah, we'll give you your time too.
Okay.
You all move up to peek on it. Now, the other guy, the rest of the coterie there, you've worked the north side of the domain. Now you're kind of slowly working back. And still going on. The other part of the coterie, the ladies of the coterie here that are looking in the window, as you're sitting there staring, there's an alley not far from you. And you see a shadow kind of detach itself from the wall. Psst. Psst, psst, psst.
Do I hear that?
Oh, all of you hear it.
We all
three
hear
of you.
it. And I'm looking dead at it.
It's a man. None of you have met him before, of course. Well, one of you have met him, but not the rest of you. I'm going to share the image right now for the players so that they can see him as I describe him. Because, as he frequently does, come on, thank you. He is wearing his a trench coat when he's out and about. Because, let me share the picture. Here comes the image for the players. He's wearing he's got him up. You'd almost say it was a detective's hat. He looks like a throwback to a 1940s or 50s detective movie with
I don't see an
old
image.
You should be. It should be shared.
Nope.
Where?
It should have popped up.
Nope.
Where did you?
Try it this way. Share it again. Now did it
there
pop
we
up?
go.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
But you guys don't see him.
Right. No, but he showed up. Okay.
Yep. And he's actually smoking a cigarette. You've noticed that about your friend Martin there, Destiny, is he likes to puff on a cigarette even though it doesn't do any good. It's just a habit.
I tear myself away from the window of the clothing boutique and walk over to the alley.
How you doing?
Good.
Who's your new friends? I'm sorry to tell you this, but I heard some oddities from Cedric, and I was worried about you.
What'd you hear from Cedric?
Cedric, you know my feelings on him at some points. He heard a rumor that you were going to be assigned to a coterie.
That rumor is correct.
And I wanted to make sure everything's okay.
Having the time of my life here, Martin.
Be careful.
I will be.
There's a lot at stake. You know this.
I know this.
They seem like good people.
I've known them for about 4 hours. Can I get back to you on that one?
Yeah, if you need me, you know where I am.
Yep, I do.
If you need help badly, talk to one of the rats, Cedric. We'll help out.
Yeah.
Just remember what I warned you about him. There's a game being played in this town.
Okay. Remember what you warned me about him. Good.
I just wanted to check on you. Didn't like what I heard about. I mean, he looks at the rest of them, goes, I'm the one raising you, and now suddenly you're with them.
Well, they apparently don't look kindly upon the Nosferatu and refer to you guys as wolves, which is very strange because everybody knows that the wolves live in the south.
They didn't call us sewer rats. You know, that's...
Yet.
You've heard that
They
before.
didn't. Oh, yeah. I mean, you referred to yourself as that.
We do at times. It's a way to... You know, if you're going to get slurred, you own it, right?
Yeah.
Takes a bit of the power from them. But I've recognized some of those. They stuck you with a Ventru, didn't they?
She hasn't confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that Jackie's a Ventru.
She is. But I just wanted to make sure everything's okay. I know I seem a little overbearing, but he reaches into his trench coat. Now everybody else can see him reach into his trench coat. And he pulls out another little sculpture. This one of another cat. I was working on this. It looks like it's been whittled from... You're sure it was taken from a pool stick that he's carved out a cat onto.
Okay.
Just put this with your new place.
Thanks. I haven't really had a chance to decorate it much yet since I had to move out. But you know where it is, right?
You know I know where it is.
Okay.
Oh, while I'm here, I almost forgot. Wanuka was asking about you again. Or Waneka. He was asking about you.
Okay.
He just wants you to... Yeah, he wants you to drop in and say hey at some point, just to pop into the tent city.
Okay. I mean, I was just there 2 weeks ago, but I guess I could... Probably should make time. Can you, instead of sending that monster rat, maybe, cat?
I mean,
A cute one?
That was Cedric's rat. It was just, we were playing chess.
Yeah,
And
I know.
It was
and
easier, quicker that way. Sorry about
Okay.
that. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It was just, have you seen that rat?
It's a monster. I know. Pretty funny, too. It's smart. He leans, because she looks at it and leans. You know how they did that, don't you? That one's like a 4th generation ghoul. They've been feeding. He's got like a breeding pit somewhere where he just keeps feeding them blood and breeding and blood and breeding. He's making like monster. It's crazy.
That's horrifying, but think of how amazing cats would be like that.
I tried that, but then people get really upset when a bobcat that looks like a tabby comes after him.
I can see where that could be upsetting.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to interrupt your night there. And you see him, he's obviously not trying to be subtle about looking at everybody. Take care of her, please.
Oh, yes.
Oh, of course.
Don't make me come looking. He leans back. Gotta do it. If I didn't do it, they would expect me to do it anyway, so it would be odd if I didn't act like that.
This is embarrassing. Is this what it's like when you actually have parents who care about you?
No, with our kind, when you have parents that care about you, they don't let you associate with me.
Oh, okay. Well,
that is true.
Thanks, Jackie. I'm gonna go back to my new friends now.
He takes and puffs on his cigarette. He throws it on the floor, on the ground, stomps it out, and everyone just sees him disappear.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't go fully into the shadows. Just 1 minute he's sitting there and you're all seeing him, and the next minute there's nobody there.
He seems nice.
Bye, Martin. He's Martin. And it actually was Martin. I can confirm that. I was a little worried at first.
Now, the rest of the coterie wanders up right about this time, where Lamar and Jonathan and Roscoe, you saw this guy in a trench coat and a fedora hat, who just kind of was talking and then disappeared, but you didn't catch any of the conversation. But you wander up on the rest of your coterie about this point.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
How'd your exploration go?
It was interesting.
Oh, by the way, I have keys for everyone, and Jackie passes out the keys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, we did a bit of looking around and, met a member of a rock band.
Yeah, Baby Chorus. Have you heard
Baby
of
Chorus?
Yeah.
Have I heard of that?
All of you have heard of Baby Chorus because
I love their
it's
music.
a little bit infamous that the sheriff is the lead singer in a band that's
Damien's
mostly
group, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, we got an invite over to the Succubus Club to come watch them play.
Oh.
Oh.
Just you three or all of us?
Well, she wasn't specific, and Lamar doesn't seem to like the idea. I mean, it seemed like a good time to me. But
I don't think we should go. Really, personally, I don't think we should go. I mean, we've got a lot of other stuff to take care of. So,
But
Well, that's
everybody who's anybody goes to the Succubus Club, and I've never been able to go.
I'm
Not
going to
everybody-
roll a wits insight.
Okay. For what? What are you wits insight?
I am inciting Lamar's behavior as he's saying we shouldn't go.
So here's what we'll do. You are going to roll wits and insight. I will let Lamar roll composure subterfuge.
That's a 4.
Versus a 3, huh? No, wait a minute. Waiting on his to roll. That was his old roll. Yep, composure and subterfuge. 4 versus 2.
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely a reason he doesn't want to go. You know there's a reason.
I'll pocket that for now. Jackie's just looking at you. Like she has just measured you up.
Lamar is just—he's not saying anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But he feels like he's made his position clear, and he's not saying anything else.
It's definitely an interesting proposition. I will have to have Etienne check my schedule and see if I can fit something like that in. I'm not certain I can.
Yeah, like I said, we've got a lot of stuff to get done with everything going on, so it's best to minimize the distractions, in my opinion.
And Storyteller, we are walking back to the Haven as we are talking.
If that's what you all are doing, that's what you are doing.
So,
if you want to have a chat, because we're getting close to the end of the episode, but not there yet. If you want to have a chat in the Haven where you're a little more
private,
you can, of course.
Yeah.
Because you're on the street right now, and though the music thumps, it makes it hard to tell. It's still not as comfortable as being in a place.
Mm-hmm. Through most of the walk, Destiny was kind of lost in thought. And before we get to the Haven, she's going to kind of like tug on Eleanor's shirt or dress or whatever. Hey, do you remember that rat?
Yeah.
It was ridiculously huge.
It was so big.
It was disgusting, honestly, but I mean, it was helpful. But do you know of anywhere that breeds munchkin cats?
Munchkin cats? No, I don't think I do know a place that breeds them.
Okay, I'm gonna need to...
Are you in the market?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna need... I'm gonna need to make some money, because I think that munchkin cats are actually pretty expensive.
They have a special name. That means they're going to be very expensive.
Yeah, they're bred to be really small, and they have, like, these itty-bitty legs, and I need some really small cats.
Why?
Now, are you trying to be subtle and talk softly about this?
No.
Or are you... Okay, so everyone can hear your conversation. That's all. Thank you.
And Jackie just busts out laughing.
Eleanor's mostly like really intrigued by this.
Are you going to fill our place with munchkin cats?
I love cats.
Cats are
You
nice.
understand they don't love us.
Are we close?
No, they love me.
Sylvester's at this point?
Oh yeah, we're
at this point,
probably
I'm sure
going
you are.
down the entryway at this
Late.
point.
I want to see if, before we go in, while everything is on Destiny, if there's any ghost on the outside.
Okay, with Oblivion Sight. You take a look. Now, remember, Oblivion Sight, you can see any who's not hiding from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've been in Chicago long enough, you know Chicago has got its own spirit problem anyway. Never a night you don't see any. But outside the building tonight, you don't see any outside Sylvester's at the moment at all. But
do I see Johnny's eyes turn black?
Well, it's actually just the iris. The sclera.
Well,
but I mean, if you are want to be paying attention enough to do it, but were you focusing on this Destiny conversation about midget cats?
Kind of, yeah.
So you would have been too busy going, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, Lamar is unnerved by what he hears, and he actually just kind of like slowly turns to look at her like,
Have you lost your mind?
this cat thing, can we not? Is there any way we can just not?
But I mean, okay, so Martin said that Cedric's really massive rat was because of like breeding and
I'm sorry, massive rat.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
it
we
was
had
a
rats
massive-
tailing us.
It was like the size of a small dog.
She
Who's
has
enormous.
an overprotective adoptive sire.
And he sent a rat to protect you.
No. Cedric sent the rat.
Well, they are
To
Nos,
tail
and they
us,
like their rats.
to find her.
But no, so you guys, you're focusing on the rat. The rat's not the thing here. We need to get a
It
really
sounded like
small...
The rat feels like the thing here.
Yeah,
It was huge.
Quite a thing.
It
A big
startled
thing.
me.
But if we
I have
get
an
really
idea.
small cats, then we can do the breeding thing like we did with the rat, and then we can have this gorgeous cat.
I have an easier idea.
Yeah?
There's already these little dogs. They're called Chihuahuas.
I don't want a
Use one
dog.
of
I want a
those.
cat.
Now, what kind of special breeding was he doing to get
We
a
are
rat like
inside
that?
the haven now.
I would hope when you're getting to the special breeding, you're in the haven.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. You want to breed cats to fend off rats.
No, not to... I mean, I guess they probably would fend off rats. But that would be a just happy byproduct. But cats are really useful and very smart by themselves. And that rat was really smart. So if we had a cat that was even smarter, we could like send the cat to go and do things for us and like...
Cats are horrible beasts from the pits of hell that need to return there as soon as possible. And every time you kill one, an angel gets its wings. So, no, I don't think we need cats.
Might I suggest an owl? You know, everyone says a wise old owl. And they can fly.
And best of all, it wants nothing to
Destiny,
do with us.
Get
Yes.
whatever pets you want, but keep them at your personal haven.
I wasn't going to leave them here.
Yeah, still.
Obviously,
Right.
one of you would kill them.
Oh, man.
You just wait. I don't know how long we're all going to have to be together, but in like 5 years, I will have the most amazing cat.
Destiny? Have you ever read Frankenstein?
No, but I've seen it. Have you seen the Young Frankenstein Broadway show?
I have not seen that.
Oh.
But maybe you should read like the Wikipedia page on the book.
If I'm not mistaken, it's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Okay.
No, this could not be a recipe for disaster. It's fine.
It's all right. Well, so we're going to the Succubus Club later this week, right?
We're still thinking about that. I think we still have some things to work out around here before we head down there.
I imagine we've returned and the place is clean.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
2 ghouls? Yeah, it's clean.
It's clean. Good. Looks much better in here.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see any drug dealers on the southern side?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you suspect. You didn't really, you didn't get as good a roll, and you don't have the...
I didn't
I mean,
roll.
you do, but you suspect you saw a couple that were selling. You're pretty sure you also saw a couple people coming by that were definitely doped up on ecstasy. They were just rockets. Couple.
So I saw a couple people I thought were selling and some people that I definitely knew were buying.
Yeah. Trying to think if you would recognize, you've been to enough party scenes to recognize people on Molly.
Maybe.
Maybe. Your mother probably, yeah.
I mean,
Because
she
of
did
what your mother
everything,
was
so.
into, yeah. So you would too, yeah. You've seen some, there's a party scene for sure. You've been given a haven in.
Good.
Where there's a taste, there's going to be a taste on a lot of the blood in the area.
Well, I'm going to take care of some personal business. Shall we exchange numbers?
Yes, let's do that.
Good idea.
I have my burner phone. I'll give out the number.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was just going to say to Jackie, do you have a minute before you go on your personal errands to drive me home?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And do you share your vision at any point? I know you haven't yet, that I know
I
of.
have not yet. I am planning to share it with Jackie in private.
Okay. And what is everyone else doing while those two are leaving?
Mar's going to take out a pad and a piece of paper and write down his number.
Okay.
He'll write it 5 times, and he will hand it to each person in question.
It's been so long since I've had a written down phone number.
I bet you get your fair share of them, though.
I do, sometimes on napkins. And then it gets, but not as nice as this. You have really good handwriting.
Thank you. The sisters were very, very insistent upon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hear that that's the case.
They get hit with a ruler enough. Yeah.
Mm.
Were you left-handed?
No.
Oh, good. It would have been so much worse. Not that there's anything wrong with being left-handed, but the sisters think there's something wrong with it.
That's what I hear. He says, rubbing his left hand unconsciously.
And Jackie has given her number out to everyone, and
I've given mine to everyone.
And she and Eleanor excuse themselves,
Okay.
and they leave.
We will let
back.
you discuss the vision real quick in the car together, and then I will flash back to the rest of the coterie and find out what they're doing. But Jackie and Eleanor, of course.
So, Eleanor, what did you see?
I thought at first that it was a dog, and it was asleep, and there were shadows all around it, and motes of light. And it sounded like maybe there were traffic, car horn, something, coming out of the motes of light in the shadows. And then when the dog stood up, and it was scarred, it had lacerations on it, and it stood up, and I realized it wasn't actually a dog, it was a wolf, like a real wolf. And it growled, and it was such a deep, visceral growl. And I knew that it wasn't actually sleeping, that it had been in battle, and it had been gathering its strength. It was just waiting. And then now it was awake.
Do my instincts kick in about this vision?
Nope. There's, several things it could be. There's lots of things. But nothing you can directly say.
I wish it was more clear.
That's disconcerting.
Yes.
Try not to worry yourself much over it, dear. We'll keep it in mind. We'll keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm. And I'll let you know if I see anything else. I didn't want to share it with anyone else. We just met.
And I literally just take your hand. I understand. And that was wise. That was wise. Yeah, we'll keep it in mind. If you do happen, don't force it. Don't force it. You know that's very uncomfortable for you.
Yeah.
Just, if it comes, we can talk.
All right.
You know I always have time for you.
I know. I'm really glad that we're in an official coterie together. I would not
we
have
will see how this goes.
I know I have a lot of questions, and it's not ideal, but I think, I'm just, if I have to be stuck with people I don't know, I'm glad that there's one person I do know there.
That feeling is mutual. And she just squeezes your hand.
And she squeezes back.
And we're going to flash to the rest of the coterie. What are they doing? What is everyone's plans? Are you talking any, or are you all just kind of going your separate ways?
So Jonathan and Roscoe, I don't know whether this is rude to ask, because with the Nosferatu, you don't really ever have to ask this. So I don't know if this is frowned upon, but what clans are you? You never really told us, and with the Nosferatu, you can just tell it's a Nosferatu. It's pretty easy. But
Tremere.
Tremere, okay.
I forget how new you are. I did state what I was with earlier this evening.
I mean, I might not have been listening. It happens sometimes.
Yes, I am in the Tremere as well.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Should we stay here all night, or like what should we do? I want to go back to my own house. I don't have to stay here with you guys, right?
No, you can go back to your own haven.
What are you guys going to do?
I'm going to go back to my haven. It's not too far from here. I have some things to look up about our new coterie house.
Lamar, you're quiet over there.
Yeah, I gotta go see a person about a thing, so I'll catch you all tomorrow night.
You always that descriptive about what you're going to do?
Sometimes I leave out even more.
I'll give you a cookie if you tell me something.
I don't eat, and he leaves.
Oh.
And he slips out, leaving Jonathan and Roscoe and Destiny.
What time of night is it?
It's after midnight at this point. Maybe 1 or 2. I mean, there's time for you to go out and hunt and everything, or to do other things tonight. But we're about to wrap up the episode, but I'd like to know exactly what how they're breaking for the evening.
I'll go to the Chantry.
You're going to return to the Chantry this night. Okay. And Roscoe, you were going to your haven or the Chantry?
I'm going to go back to my haven.
To do some work?
Some research. Okay. It's just the history of, Sylvester's and this general area, just to see what's going on.
What's going on. This is where we're going to end our very first Windy City After Dark episode, where this coterie has been thrust together, unplanned, undecided. It was just all of a sudden given a domain that puts a target on their head and forced to feel each other out. And
everybody is sus.
Mm-hmm. Everyone is sus.
No.
Because in the land of the kindred, being forced into a coterie, most coteries are formed through feelings of trust and respect, and being forced into one is normally the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's obvious that you've been given a domain that has a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
Running into a kindred just at the north edge of your domain.
Mm-hmm.
How long is it going to take before the rest of the kindred know it's your domain?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of them already do.
I'm sure after our chance encounter that a lot know.
And I will, of course, like to thank the players for this very first episode and the guests. Every character here will get 2 experience for playing tonight. Now, go over to our Discord, viewers. Place your votes for the viewer XP. Who will get an XP? Maybe more than one person. Sometimes I'm generous as a storyteller and I give bonus XP based on the viewers. But vote inside Chi-Town. What is it?
Chi-Town Chat.
Chi-Town Chat. Vote on which player or character you think deserves a bonus XP for playing tonight. It could be for any reason. Whatever you want. Just to see. So we can give out some bonus XP. And sometimes I'll make it more than one. Sometimes I'll even like what the viewers said and see enough engagement, and I may give everybody that XP. It all depends. It's a way to build engagement. So thank you all for coming to the first episode. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, Haunted Chronicles. Pop in, come see them. Saturdays, 1 p.m., it's Ishville.
Nope, 3 p.m.
3 p.m., that's right. She switched times.
But
Saturdays,
this Friday, we have our conclusion of the Werewolf one-shot.
Yep, that will
run
be
by
this
Ravinia.
Friday when this airs. That's correct. I forgot all about that. Which the curse of the one-shot became a two-shot.
Yep.
But it was so great. It is a dumpster fire rolling through a trailer park.
werewolf.
Yes, it is a dumpster fire in a trailer park while a tornado goes through.
In Texas.
Yes.
Wow, I like that.
It's amazing. Got some great players in that. If you like what we're doing, of course, you can give us a subscribe here on or follow on Twitch. You can give us a subscribe. If you want to subscribe on YouTube, it's free over there. On the YouTube side, subscribe to Haunted Chronicles and Ishvel. As soon as they both get 100, and they're very close, we're going to be doing a giveaway. The giveaway has changed now. It is now two $50 drive-through RPG cards.
Thanks
because
to that guy.
thanks to down there, Roscoe. He has donated some of the bits and stuff that he's made on the streams into the pot, so that's very nice of him. So it'll be two $50 gift cards once we get 100 viewers on, or 100 subscribers on YouTube on Haunted Chronicles and Ishvel, because we want that shorter URL. Before we go and leave here tonight, I'm going to give my wife a chance to throw whatever I forgot about friends probably and stuff. I'm going to give a chance. Any of the players want to say how they feel about tonight's very first session?
This is great.
Free.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
I'm so
Awesome.
sorry, guys.
I now need midget cats.
Yeah, we have to enjoy the first couple episodes before
all shit hits the fan. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Because shit is going to hit the fan very soon.
I would like to amend, though. I now believe that Destiny's going to get us all killed with her legion of cats.
Absolutely.
I want these midget cats. I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Destiny's basically talking about revenant animals.
And for those that don't know why Eleanor is not rolling constantly when she does premonitions, she has taken 4 dots in the X lore sheet from LA by Night, which means she has the ability to prophesize without making a rouse check to force a premonition. It's
On
one of
the
the amazing
fly.
LA by Night lore sheets.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I will turn it over now to my. Anyone else want to say anything about the start of this chronicle? Because this was a fun night.
It's
It's going to be good.
It's so a setup. It's so a setup. Everything is suspect.
The hammer is
City.
coming down soon.
Jackie ain't trusting shit.
I'm going to the. That's why I'm going to the chantry.
But no, great. And definitely, if you like the content that we're doing, do check out some of the friends that we have posted over in the Twitch chat, because we have some really amazing people that post some great games over there. So go ahead and give them a follow or check them out. You may like their content as well. And do come back and join us next week when we return at 5 p.m. on Sunday for our next episode of Windy City After Dark,
This is going to be a fun chronicle, I think.
where we pick up. Now that we've met, we've got to
And-
figure out how we're going to work together.
There will be, I've learned lesson. There will be a time skip between this episode and next episode of an indeterminate time passes, and how much time has passed will depends on what the players were doing in that meantime. Because I have a feeling I know who Lamar was wanting to have a talk with, and we will cover that on camera, of course, because that's an important one. But so when we come back, there'll be some time. It won't be the day after. That's not how we're trying to do things here.
Nope.
And we will, if anything major happens, it'll either be on camera or you'll get a good summary. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you're going to enjoy Windy City After Dark, because this is going to be fun. And this has been a fun just scene right here watching the setup, because everyone went paranoid.
Oh, yeah.
So good night, everybody.
All right.
And we will see you
Good night, everybody.
next week.
Good night,
Night.
everybody. Thank you so much.